Well, happy Tuesday. Happy Foods Day. I'm here again with Will Harlow from WHP Studios out of Andersonville, Chicago. Um, yeah, I think today we're going to talk more about like this term progressive overload. I don't know much about it, so I'm really excited to learn from you. Tell me a little bit about what is progressive overload?
Sure. So progressive overload is basically lifting or moving, uh, progressively increasing either weights or resistance levels um, to build strength and muscle. Um, if you stay, if you stay at one level and
Mhm.
just get reps and reps and reps in for years and years and years, or months and months, or whatever, you are building muscular endurance. So
Mhm.
like your ability to do those moves for more reps, but you are not building muscular strength or power. You're not actually getting stronger. You're getting more, you know, any movement is good movement. But if we're ideally, if you're training, right, and we're not just giving you exercise classes, it's not just, coming and getting a workout in, getting a sweat. Like we're training progressively over time,
Mhm.
hopefully for 6 months, a year, 7 years with some of my clients that I've been with. Um, you have to find ways to increase that tension, increase that time under tension, and that stress load on your muscles. Um, and it's also and increasing the weight or increasing the resistance levels progressively over time with good form also focuses the movement and the exercise on the muscles and not on the ligaments or the joints or the tendons. And so when you do these high rep over and over again low weight movements or programs, exercise programs, um, you're not challenging your muscles anymore because they're strong enough to handle that. Your muscles
Mhm.
are stronger than you think you are. Um, you're really burning out the connective tissues,
Mhm.
your ligaments, your tendons, your joints, things that they have a shelf life. They have a shelf life on in in like a mechanical sense. Those are the things that fail first, and
Yeah.
uh, so we want to support all of those, those points, those kind of danger points or uh, with muscular strength around them. And that's the idea of progressive overload of you
Okay.
know and we're not talking about going from like 10 to 50.
Yeah.
We're talking like 10 to 12, 10 to 15, 15 to 20,
Okay.
15 to 25. And this is over, months of time,
Okay.
months, years of time. And so uh it's kind of surprising sometimes, or kind of shocking to people when they're like, ooh, I never thought that I could pick up a 50-pound dumbbell. Like, ooh, that seems so beyond whatever I've thought about or what, is for me.
Yeah.
When really, you know, most people are stronger than they think they are. Most
Sure.
people move more weight than they think they can move.
Yeah.
Um, and that's cool to see that moment when they realize that, and they,
Yeah.
man, I can move, I can do this. That's kind of an addictive thing for us as trainers, I think, is to see that aha moment and be like, oh yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, kind of that excitement of yeah, you can.
Right,
Yeah,
right, right.
what I'm doing is yeah, it's getting through.
Yeah, yeah.
So with progressive overload, is that kind of similar to maybe that phrase of like training until failure, like lifting a certain weight until you're done, or is it more of like this session we're focusing on, 10 pounds, next one we're going to do trying 12. What does that look like?
Right. Yeah. There's a couple of different styles of training or styles of programming.
Mhm.
How you program your workouts or overall workout or overall training session, um, and the end goal of what you're doing it for. So I think when most people think about strength training or lifting weights or doing personal training, they think about Arnold Schwarzenegger, like he's just grinding sets out of 30,
Mhm.
40, 50 reps, going until the muscles are just so full of blood and they're just so pumped and they can barely move their arms and they faint from exhaustion and then they go eat a giant meal and refuel and pack and try to pack on the size. And so
Sure.
what that is called is hypertrophy.
Yeah.
And when you are that style of training and that goal of training is usually in a higher rep range.
Sure.
You usually go a little bit lower in weight and a little bit higher in reps. Like a normal set is anywhere from like 8 to 12 reps,
Sure.
And so they'd be doing, for that goal, they'd be doing 20, 30, 40, maybe
Mm.
50 reps, 100 reps. You just keep going until you're tired and you can barely move your arms anymore, barely move your legs, and you're starting to shake and lose it. And what the goal of that is to tear your muscles apart, tear them apart, tear them,
Sure.
tear them. Get so much blood flow in there that when the muscles grow back, they grow back bigger and stronger. And so we use that in our version.
Mhm.
Like every now and then you will be doing 30, maybe 50 reps of something because I really do want to make you sore. I want you to really feel that muscle and how it contracts and how it extends. But we're not going to do that every day. That's not an everyday thing
Yeah.
of how we train, and so that's kind of the high end, that high end of working to failure, work till you can't move anymore to try and force your muscles to grow, shock your muscles into growth.
Sure.
Which yes, it works. It works.
Yeah.
It's brutal, and you have to do that over and over and over again for
Mhm.
years, and then you got to supplement all this other, all the
Mhm.
nutrition. You got to add all these things in. And it's a real lifestyle for that specific bodybuildery focus,
Sure.
that hypertrophy focus. The other side of that, the strength side of that, or the progressive overload side of that,
Mhm.
is trying to do the same move, like a row or a squat or whatever you're thinking of, bench press, with lower repetitions, maybe like
Mhm.
3 to 5 repetitions at progressively increasing weights.
Okay.
So you start off, you're doing 20-pound dumbbells, bench press. You get 10, 12. You're feeling good. You can do 3, 4 sets of that at a time. You're using great form. You're feeling it in the right muscles. Your joints are feeling good. Hey, next time, let's try 30s and let's only do 5 reps.
Okay.
Like, oh, okay. All right. Wow, I really can do 30 pounds for 5 reps. Awesome. Let's keep training on that path. Eventually, you'll be doing 30 as your warm-up set for 10 to 12 reps. And then your heavy set now becomes 45 or 50 pounds where you're doing 3 to 5 reps. And so that's the idea of progressive overload. Focusing more on the muscles, trying to focus more on the muscles that actually do the movement of your body versus the connective tissue, ligaments, tendons, joints that tend to have a shelf life in
Yeah.
humanity until we get exoskeletons fully integrated into our lives.
Yeah.
Right? We got to keep the muscles strong to support those other connective tissues.
Sure. So we're taking little steps is really what we're not. You're not
Yeah.
going to walk out looking like Arnold every time.
Right. No. I mean, yeah, sorry to say,
Yeah.
maybe 10 years, if you train 7 days a week for multiple hours a day and add in a ton of additional nutritional supplements,
Yeah.
maybe you'll grow a little bit, but it is a
It's hard.
specific lifestyle that you have to adhere to completely. And it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. It's not necessarily healthy.
Yeah.
It's probably borderline disordered eating,
Yeah.
and it's just not possible for most people.
Sure.
It's just not going to happen for most people. And we talked about the bulky thing before. You're going to increase your muscle size. It's going to get better. You're going to have more, muscular look or a strong look, but yeah, you're not going to look like that. you're just not. You're
Okay.
just, I mean, it's hard. It's a hard thing to do.
Yeah. Okay. So you got rid of that fear. So now the
Yeah.
other fear that I hear is, more of what if I'm not strong enough to do weight training or strength training?
Everybody can get stronger from where they are. And that's the facts, like
Yep.
you come in, you are stronger than you think you are. Number one, everyone is.
Mhm.
Um, and I have some like just general household items that I like to try to
Yeah,
compare
I'd love to hear them.
strength to. And the other half is you're going to get stronger. If you come in at a 1, I want to get you to a 2. That's big time success.
Yeah.
You so if you come in at a 3 and I get you to a 4 or a 5, again, big time success. Any increase in strength is great.
So
But
what
yeah,
are
yeah,
what are some of these household items that people might already be lifting, but
sure. So like,
maybe we don't realize?
yeah. Like sometimes I'll say, okay, go pick up a 20-pound dumbbell. And they're like, are you sure? A 20-pound dumbbell? Oh my goodness, that's 20 pounds. I've never even dreamed of picking that up.
Mhm.
Um, if you think about it, a gallon of milk, right?
Sure.
Like a 2-gallon jug of milk weighs about 10 pounds.
Okay.
So like, and you're picking that thing up and you're turning it over, right? That's that internal rotation of your shoulder with 10 pounds is challenging. That's a
Yeah.
challenging thing. And so if I put 2 gallons of milk and have you press them over your head, you're moving tens. You're basically moving 10, maybe 15 pounds overhead,
Mhm.
with each hand. Um, if you uh, another very good, excellent exercise, functional exercise is a farmer's carry, where you hold weight down by your side and you walk and you try to keep your posture real nice and you use your core, you use your shoulder muscles, your grip strength. Um, that's like carrying a grocery bag home. Grocery bags tend to be about 10 pounds,
Sure.
10, maybe even 15 pounds. And so if you're holding 2 grocery bags on one side, on
Mhm.
each side, that's 30 pounds on this side, 30 pounds on this side. You're carrying 60 pounds. Like it's just kind of shocking when you think about, wow, if he asks me to, pick up 2 50-pound dumbbells and hold them, that's like carrying a couple big grocery bags home.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's true.
uh,
Especially, I know in Chicago, depending on where you're living, if you're climbing up those stairs, I mean, you're getting a good workout in.
you do. Yeah, you may want to take a little rest at each landing. Like that's fine. Each set of steps is a set.
Yeah, there you
Um,
go. Any other
another
items?
Yeah, another couple ones is a case of water. People buy.
Yeah.
Uh, I buy for the gym these 24 packs of 16-ounce bottles of water.
Mhm.
Uh, that can weigh like 40 pounds. That
Yeah.
can weigh 35 or 40 pounds to just pick that up. And that's kind of a significant amount of weight. We have 10, 20, 30, and 40-pound like medicine balls in our gyms, in the studios. And, I'll roll out a 40-pound ball and say like, okay, bend down with great squat form, pick that thing up. And they're like, well, that seems impossible. There's no way I'm going to be able to do that.
Mhm.
Well, you see that case of water? You went shopping to Costco the other day and you brought 4 of those back for your family and you
Mhm.
picked them up and moved them and brought them inside. Like all I'm asking you to do is something that's actually a little
Yeah.
easier to hold. A ball is a little easier to hold than a case. And it's about the same weight. Same thing with that same movement pattern of bending down to pick something up. An average kid, like an
Mhm.
8 to 10-year-old kid, is anywhere from 40 to 80 pounds, maybe up to 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Like if your kid comes running up to you and is like, pick me up,
Yeah.
dad. I want you to be able to bend down, grab that kid, pick him up, give him a big hug, hold him over your head. That would be
Yeah.
awesome. And so it's just people are stronger than they think they are. The goal with training and not working out,
Mhm.
and not just working out or going to like an exercise class or trying to get a sweat or whatever, burn some calories, is
Mhm.
to increase strength over time. And that's the goal. Like there's we don't have to deadlift 500 pounds.
Mhm.
Like every person doesn't have to deadlift 500 pounds. But if you come in and you can deadlift 100 pounds, and then after a couple of months of training, you can deadlift 200 pounds, you just increased your strength by, 100%. And that's significant. And
Yeah.
that's the goal. That's the idea behind progressive overload. And it's really the only way that works.
Yeah.
It's really the only way to get stronger
Yeah.
in reality. It's
I
been
like it. I like it. I don't have to be like Arnold. Like just need to get out of
right.
my head is
Yeah,
really
yeah,
what it is.
yeah. You are getting stronger for you. And wherever you come in, if you come in at a 1, I get you to a 2 or a 3. Great success, just as much success as someone that comes in at a 8 and I take them to a 10. It's the exact same
Yeah.
amount of success and value and strength gain,
Yeah.
and that's the goal.
We're only comparing ourselves to how we were before.
I love it. I love it.
So awesome. Well, thank you for giving me a rundown about that. I think next time we're going to talk a little bit more about what strength training actually does for your body. So I'm excited to talk about that. But until then, I hope everyone has a good rest of their night, good rest of their day tomorrow.